the exact set.
Well, the first show is in Tel Aviv in Israel, which is very exciting because it was the show that, well, it's a different venue, but it's a place that we were supposed to finish the last tour with, and unfortunately we couldn't play there for various reasons, but mostly because there was a war beginning there, and not that there hasn't been a war there for a long time, but this was actually sort of happening in the backyard, if you like, and it just would have been wrong for us to, you know, sort of irresponsible, we felt, for us to expect a large number of people to be in a park with all this stuff going on. It wasn't really, I don't think we were really concerned for our own sort of immediate safety or anything like that. It was really, we gave it a lot of thought, and it was something that we didn't do light-heartedly, but in the end we came to the decision that we couldn't do it. And half of our crew as well that were really against going there as well, so we had to sort of take all that into consideration. So it seems really fit in it. I mean, but when we even talked about doing the tour, we talked about beginning in Israel.
There are obviously, you know, key territories for us where we do extremely well, and you know, there are lots of places that we enjoy playing as well. You know, sometimes they're the, you know, I mean, we do really well in Germany. We do really well in the old Eastern Bloc countries, in particular. You know, we generally do well in Europe.
Europe's been really great to us for many years. I mean, there's, you know, France and Germany and a lot of Scandinavia, a huge part of Eastern Europe, which most of it is not Eastern Europe anymore, but Russia and Spain, Italy's always fantastic. You know, we're going to all those places and many more, and also North America and Canada and down to South America, where, you know, we went to again on, we hadn't been down there for a long time, but we went on the last tour and it was hugely successful, and we're going back there this next year. And, you know, and we'll see what happens after that. Hopefully we'll be able to return again to Europe and do more of America as well.
We've often tried to analyse why we do so well in Germany and the old Eastern Bloc countries, and we haven't really got a definitive answer on that. You know, we're not sure if our music's, you know, dark and that's what they like, or, you know, is it the fact that we went to the old Eastern Bloc countries before the fall of communism, when a lot of bands didn't do that, you know, and that made an impact over there. You know, but, you know, we were huge, and we still are quite huge in Russia. And we never went to Russia before the fall of communism. You know, we sort of like, you know, went all around the peripheries of it, but, you know, maybe, you know, news got to Russia that we were playing Poland and, you know, the Czech Republic and East Germany and, you know, Hungary and all those places.
Well, we're starting a tour in Israel, which will be for the first time, but we were supposed to play there on the last tour, but there was a war going on between Lebanon, the guerrillas, and Israel, so we had to cancel the concert. So we decided this tour we'd play Israel first, and most of the cities we played before, and there's just a couple of new ones. Belgrade, I think, we're playing for the first time. I think we enjoy, you know, playing everywhere, really. We're very lucky that our crowd is quite universal, and you know, tends to be pretty much the same.
I think that we're starting with stadiums this time just because, I suppose, one, we feel we can. You know, we've done very well in Europe over the last few tours, and the last one was particularly successful, and, you know, all the promoters are telling us this is what you have to do next, and it's something we've never done, so it's a challenge for us. So yeah, it just makes sense for us to be doing that at this stage of our career. For me, there's not really much of a difference once you get beyond a certain number of people at a concert. You know, maybe that sounds a bit, you know, I don't know, blasé, a bit crass, but, You know, I mean, you can only see a certain, you know, beyond a certain point. And in some ways it gets less scary the bigger it goes, because you feel kind of like inconsequential almost. When we play warm-up shows, like, you know, when we played at the Roxy, and, yeah, there's like 300 people, and there are people like, you know, there looking at, you know, on top of you, watching you play a keyboard or watching you play the guitar and, look, you know, studying your hands. That's far scarier.
You know, our fans show up for us, and the rest of it, you know, you can't really, you never know. You never know what's going to happen. I think we're making a record that is the best record that we've made in a long time, and of course everybody says that, and it sounds totally sort of, you know, cliched to say it, but I've enjoyed making this record with the guys, and you know, I think we've had fun doing it, you know, and you can't really ask for more at this stage. You know, we've had a hugely successful career up until this point, and there's not really much more you can ask for. I think that people will be pleasantly surprised.
With the success of the record, I don't know what we're expecting really, because it's you know, it's really hard to gauge what it means in this marketplace. Even if the record sold half what the last one did, maybe that's good. Who knows?
Media reaction's important, and for our egos, and sales reaction is good as well. You know, you obviously want to be people want to be seen as, you know, have recorded something that's decent and good, you know, and you want it to do well. But, you know, we don't have any ambitions, you know, to, you know, go in the stratosphere, you know, regarding our popularity. We're quite comfortable with how popular we are at the moment. Yeah.
I think that this record is different to all of our other records, and maybe they're all slightly different. You know, I think some maybe have a bit more of a you know, kind of a twin feel or something, but not really. I think they all have an identity, and, you know, I think that this one just fits in the kind of the history, really. I mean, it seems to fit neatly in with the history of the rest of the stuff that we've done.
You can't really tell that until a few years after, you know. We were so immersed in all this at the moment. You know, all we know is that the songs are really good, and I think the sounds are really good. So we're hoping it's going to sort of stand up to the albums of the past.